what's going on, everyone? Welcome back into Demon Slayer today, episode 3 now of the new season, the Hashira training arc. Had a really good episode last time. Just to recap the points, who we gave them to. Tanjiro got MVP for taking on this task to bring back Giyu, to, kind of instill more confidence in him once again. Best moment was Giyu kind of overcoming this, this self-pitying, this shame that he's been going through, with Tanjiro kind of calling him out and him, about kind of fulfilling what Sabito left to entrust with Giyu, right? Sacrificing himself for Giyu, and Giyu actually kind of coming to the same realization that Tanjiro did around when Rengoku passed and what Inosuke had said to him. And I just thought it was a really good moment. Check out the analysis of the last one if you guys want to see more details on the points and whatnot. And then funniest moment went to Tanjiro, him just peeking through with his little black blank eyes. Too funny. I miss the humor of Demon Slayer, that's for sure. I'm sure once Inosuke and Zensu come back in, you guys are gonna see me laughing a bunch. Yeah, I hope y'all have a really good day. I appreciate y'all being here to watch this with me. Always fun to watch some Demon Slayer with some friends. If y'all are new here and you wanna follow along for more, hit that subscribe button, like the video if you enjoy this one, comment down below if any thoughts or if you just wanna interact at all. Let's go ahead and get in this reaction. Oh man, training in full force. Yo, he looks so cool with the eye patch. He's one of the best this year for sure. It's a good theme song, man. Love the intro for this one. It's really cool seeing all the different breathing styles. All right. I will master that. This is gonna remind me of gym class or something. Or conditioning for sports. Oh, I hated that. He's slacking. Dude, I love this. Hey, he's still flashy. Somehow. Ooh, some CG. Look at that. Dude, Demon Slayer makes me so happy, man. I love Tanjiro. Just such a wholesome show. He's so happy training. Everyone's like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, just look at that fire even. Looks so realistic. Look manly. He's a savage, bro. You better not let him overhear you. Yeah. Got some weak Demon Slayers underneath.
本当に鬼見なくなったよな。それはそれで怖さは感じるよ。鬼たちが禰豆子って子を探し回ってるからだって聞いたぜ。誰も鬼に直接聞いたわけじゃないんだから。このままいなくなってくれればいいな。
Yeah, that's wishful thinking.
鬼の討伐は1000年にわたって続いてきたんだし。
Bruh.
どこだ？
I don't like this.
こんな風に路地
That's not a nice joke.
悪い悪い
Uh-oh.
もうやめろよなちゃんと巡回するぞああ
What was that, though? Ooh. Upper floor? The heck?
次の稽古行くぞ行きますよ
Tanjiro's the biggest one.
ほらほらお前らも頑張りよ
Looks so funny. Dude, they're all so fucking jacked.
このくらいのバカ体力がないと上限とは戦えないのか
Yeah, for real.
やっぱり上限って強えんだろ
それは信じられないくらい
どんな感じなんだ
ドーンって気づいたらやられていてでも死んでないってことは反応できたってことだから前向いたらまたバーンってやられてそれで脳に空気がいかなくなったら
わかったわかったもういいって俺たち凡人には理解できない世界ってあるんだなよーし本日の締めだ今日はあの山だ麓を一周して帰ってこいちんたらやってたら飯抜きだぞほらほら走れさっさと行け
God, it looks like hell, man. Oh.
天元様ああやってきつくはおっしゃるけどほんと実際は甘いんですから
この前なんて最後の大使が帰ってくるまで自分も食事取らないで、結局山まで迎えに行っちゃったんだから
全
He walks the walk, too.
親方様から預かった大使を俺んところで潰すわけにはいかねえから
Tengen with the 3 babes.
柱になれるような人はみんな心の奥底は優しいんだ親父さんもう一枚お願いしますかなり限界だ親方様との約束が守れない義勇さんがみんなと一丸になってくれるように俺が頑張らないと
追加を頼む
はいよ
俺が負けたら稽古に参加しろという話だが勝てば参加しなくてもいいのか
それは
いいよマチガッチもね
親父こいつにもう一枚だ
はいよ
この一枚で俺は打ち止めだ
I like that.
この追加を食べればお前は俺に勝つことになるそれで俺が柱稽古に参加すればお前は納得するんだな
はい嬉しいです義勇
Now he's got the motivation.
得られるはずなのにとはいえしんどいしんどいしんどい
The wind to Shira.
遅くなった。
俺もさっき着いたところだ。どっちの稽古は
とてもじゃないが上限に対して戦力になれるとは思う、
こっちも似たようなもんだ。
しかし大使の育成は親方様のご意志だ。で、なんだこんな時間に。
ずーっと気になってて。
He looks so fucking cool, dude.
あの城での一件か。
Yeah, the first episode.
俺とお前で鬼どもを追い詰めてどこかへ姿を消しやがった。
あれだけの数の鬼が一瞬にして跡形もなくな。俺もあれからずっと考えている。あの扉の向こうは何なのか。ただ俺たちの知らない鬼の隠れ家があるんじゃないか。
隠れ家か。あの後何度かあの城を調べてみたが何も見つからなかった。
ちょうどその頃町からも鬼の姿が一斉に消えた。
やはり狙いはかまどの妹か。
これで間違いないだろう。何か大きなことが始まるのかもしれん。
Damn. Foreshadowing here.
俺が全部終わらせてやる。
視察隊にとってこれは強調なのではないだろう。
Yeah, he might be a bit more realistic about it.
大使どもに稽古をつけている間は気が紛れる。だが冷静に状況を見渡せばどうしてもこれからのことを意識してしまう、この静けさは、前触れなのではないかと。
Yeah, calm before the storm.
お前に一つ提案があるんだが。
ちょうど俺からも一つあるぜ。先に言わせてもらおうか。俺と勝負しろ。
奇遇。
Dude, God, the animation looks so good, dude. Look at that.
ここ置いと
It's
きますね。
beautiful.
あ、炭治郎くんありがとね。高級な玉露のお茶よ。
疲労回復にいいんだ。
じゃあいただきます。
いただきます。
美味しい。
炭治郎くん、私たち改めて遊郭のお礼を言いたくて。
本当に感謝してる。
そんな俺だけの力じゃなかったですから。
炭治郎くんに妹さん、あのイノシシくんに黄色い髪の髪。
Zensu.
天元様、誰か一人欠けてもあの朝日を見ることはできなかったと思う。
God, so dope.
たち3人全員が一緒に生きて帰れるなんて本当に奇跡としか。天元様も本当はまだ戦いたいんです。夜中によくうなされているの。
Aw. Yeah, it'd be hard.
鬼物児無惨を倒してね。
It's a small task. Just defeat the big boss for us, alright?
いいかお前ら、よく聞け。今日は毎日締めにやってる山一周の長距離走は中止だ。その代わり、特別に実践に沿った稽古を行う。山に鬼と戦うのはいつも夜だ。だから俺たちは闇の中で戦う術を磨かねえとならねえ。
Yeah, it's very true.
目で見えねえもんは感じ取るしかねえ。今から俺は鬼になる。
He really wants to keep fighting.
どうにか生き延びてみるんだな。
Bro, this would be terrifying.
こいつらを守りながら俺を倒すのが役目だ。
Dude, what the heck? That's gonna be hard.
おい来た。
Oh my god, they're getting taken down so quick. Oh, Tanjiro, you're not protecting them.
さすが元忍びの宇髄さん。匂いじゃ気配を探れない。宇髄さんはどこにいる？
A little bit of moonlight coming in.
宇髄さん。
無理だ。柱相手に俺たちじゃ。鬼に向かってもそういうつもりか。
Yeah, it's a bad attitude, man.
元柱の宇髄さんに中途半端な動きをしたところで固まって。みんな俺の近くに背中を合わせて隙を作らないでください。
遅い遅い遅い。
There you go, Tanjiro.
やるじゃねえかかまど。
盾でこの力。さすが宇髄さん。
Yeah.
すごい。元柱を相手に互角にやり合ってる。
So dope, dude.
暴言相手に戦って生き残った者同士のやりとり。前より力つけたな。
He's proud of it, man. I love it. He's like a proud dad. There you go. Get in the action. He's inspiring them. I love it.
いい感じになってきたじゃねえか。
Dude, it's so dope.
お前ら引退した俺にここまでやられやがって。たく強がりも言えねえのかよ。
俺たちじゃ無理っす。元柱相手なんて荷が重いっす。
おいおい、俺はお前らをビビらすために稽古したんじゃねえぞ。
柱やかまどなら助言や鬼物児無残に勝てるかもって希望が持てました。俺もです。だから俺たちもいつかは少しでもその支えになれるよう頑張ります。稽古して
There you go. That's a better attitude.
強くなります。
お前ら
Tanjiro's always so happy, man. Let's go.
なんだかんだ力をつけてきてやがる。お前はもうここでやることはないな。先に進みな。
はい。
俺たちは上限を倒した。しかし
鬼物人無惨、あいつを倒さない限り何も終わらない。
Yep.
頼んだぞ。
はい、必ず仕留めます。
Man, I've loved the interaction between Tanjiro and Tengen this episode.
次の場所でも頑張ってね。
じゃあ皆さん、また別の稽古場でお会いしましょう。
かまど頼んだぞ。俺
では行きます。ありがとうございました。
Bro, his triceps are massive. Look at that. Tanjiro's got some guns. A little narrator. But who's he training with now?
無理です。
何言ってるの。
Okay.
こんなのもできないなんて。すぐ鬼に食われる。
There's a bunch of bodies.
時藤君。
Oh shit.
君、本当ならもう3回は死んでるよ。
He might be a bit more savage.
今回は宇髄さんを紹介します。
俺はも
The goat.
うがやるからには派手に紹介しろよ。
はい。
Flashy indeed.
噂話。趣味は人を探しで遊郭の戦いの後もそこで傷を癒したんだって。
3人の最高の妻たちと一緒にくらい言ってくんねえとよ。
Yep. His 3 babes.
のこと俺は世界で一番愛してるからな。
Oh. The OG polygamist.
次回第4話、笑顔になれる。
Alright, y'all. Episode 3 of season 4 of Demon Slayer. Very good little training episode here. Definitely enjoyed seeing Tengen back, especially. Great to see him and Tanjiro reuniting after the Entertainment District arc, after what Tanjiro went through at the Swordsmith Village arc. It's just really wholesome to see them together. You can see how happy Tanjiro was to see Tengen, and how happy Tengen was to see Tanjiro, and Tengen's wives, how happy they were as well. But this episode definitely had a very solid theme around the calm before the storm, I'd say, right? We get 2 specific scenes that I think really start to kind of build some anticipation and almost some anxiety around how calm it is right now, right? We get the scene with the 2 lower level demon slayers who are part of the training program, who are on the night watch, and you know, they're talking about how they haven't really seen any demons in a long time and how that might be a good or a bad thing. You know, we get some exposition around, you know, how all the demons are looking for Nezuko right now. That's why it's calm. Even towards the end of that scene, we get upper 4 demon that comes out, an eyeball of upper 4, and it's like on little legs, and it looks like it's doing some scouting. I was a little confused by that though, because I think upper 4 was one of the ones that Tanjiro defeated, right? That was the one who had multiple forms. He could split, I believe. I forgot his name. Really cool demon though. But I'm wondering if, I guess, upper 4 has been replaced. You know, I think that's usually how it would work with the, you know, the upper and lower demons, is that they replace them when they do get defeated. But I'm a little surprised that upper 4 got replaced this quickly, or if maybe there's something I'm missing here. If you know, if upper 4 is still alive or something, I mean, that really wouldn't make sense to me. But I'm imagining that upper 4 probably got replaced. But you know, even just upper 4 making that appearance kind of in around this dialogue of it being quiet is an example of that, right? Of you know, there's still really a lot going on behind the scenes here, even though it's been quiet. You know, things are building, right? And same thing, we get the same kind of dialogue between the Wind Hashira and the Serpent Hashira. I forgot their names as well. I'm sure we'll get their names soon, and I'll remember it. But you know, they talk about as well about the kind of the castle they saw in episode 1, and you know, how they all quickly disappeared, but it kind of being more of a foreboding thing of like the demons hiding out and preparing for a, you know, a big war that's about to come, right? I think the Serpent Hashira says that, he doesn't say the calm before the storm, but you know, he says something along those lines, right? And you can see his hand shaking, right? He has some anxiety about it. He's concerned about it, and maybe he's anticipating it too. Like he's just ready for it to happen. That's often what people feel like in these moments where it's everything's kind of the, you know, right before the battle, everyone's kind of having that anxiety just to get it over with kind of thing. But alongside of that, you know, we see a lot of the Hashira struggling in their training programs, right? Every single one of them seems to have some reservations about what they're doing, right? They don't really see the progress that in the, you know, the lower level demon slayers and the core, that, you know, that they would ever really be helpful against any upper demons in this war that's to come, right? In this big battle that's to come. And the Wind Hashira and the Serpent Hashira and the Mist Hashira, they all seem to be kind of down about it, right? They're all like, they're a little skeptical. And even Tengen seems to have, you know, he gets frustrated with what they're saying, right? You know, he's putting them through really intense training and he's just hearing a lot of complaints. And he's probably the most positive about it, out of everyone about it, out of all the Hashiras. And yet he still has these reservations, right? But I really enjoyed Tengen's approach in here because we would get a little bit more about his character and what he's gone through since leaving the corpse, right? His wives tell Tanjiro that he's actually been really frustrated and, you know, he blames himself a lot for leaving the corpse, right? And not being able to fight anymore. Like he misses fighting. You know, he calls out in his sleep. I think you can kind of see it in his frustration as well with the training of these lower level demon slayers that, you know, he doesn't feel like he can do as much as he wants to do, right? But I think by the end of this episode, it's a really good example of, you know, doing what you can do, right? Tengen, you know, despite his frustration and, you know, with himself and not being able to fight, and even with the frustration of teaching these weaker demon slayers, he still pushes through and persists in trying to inspire them. And him and Tanjiro together really do that, right? They, you know, Tanjiro coming in and kind of showing an example of like where you can get to. And yeah, he's not a Hashira, but he can keep up with the Hashira, right? Through his rigorous training and you know, his dedication to and his discipline to his craft, right? He's able to keep up with Hashira in those upper ranks. And they really inspire all these demon slayers towards the end, right? After the little simulation they do when Tengen's a demon or pretending to be a demon and taking them out, and Tanjiro has to protect them. Love that scene, by the way. Really, really cool. I always love a good training arc. It's always really fun. But, you know, we see that with the demon slayers, right? At the end, they're frustrated, but they're like, but yeah, we're inspired. We see what you guys can do and how you guys could defeat an upper six or upper ranked demon. And we want to keep getting stronger, just to be able to support you guys, to not get in the way, but to, like, you know, boost your guys up and give you guys a solid foundation to be able to defeat the demon slayers, the demons from. But I really love Tengen's character in this episode for that, because I think he's a good example of still pushing through, you know, despite the frustration of himself and of training these weaker demon slayers, he still persists. He's still positive about it. He still tries to encourage and inspire them. You know, the wives mention as well that he's sacrificing part of this. Like, he didn't eat his dinner until the last demon slayer came back. So he's investing fully in this, investing fully in what he can do in the training of them, investing fully in these demon slayers, you know, to the best of his ability. Despite, you know, him having to leave the core because of his injuries, he's still doing his very best. And you can see at the end of this episode, he's done what he's capable of doing. And that's more than enough, right? That's all you can do in life. And that's all you can do. That's all Tengen could do in this situation. But, you know, a lot of times in life, we're limited by our circumstances, but all you can really do is do what isn't within your control, what's in the best of your abilities. And you can't complain after that, right? I mean, you got to be realistic with yourself on these things and, you know, still give yourself credit for what you can do. I think a lot of times, especially if, you know, an example like this where you were at one point with the best of your abilities and then you get injured or, you know, maybe something happens in your life that really brings you down a notch, you have to lower your expectations with that, right? But you have to lower those expectations to, you know, be realistic for yourself, right? But to also, like, value yourself still, because you can't be comparing yourself to the way you used to be. You have to be comparing yourself to this new level and still giving yourself the credit for maxing out your potential at that level, right? And I think I really loved Tengen in this episode for what he did. I just really loved also the, you know, kind of Tengen's and Tanjiro's interactions in general. Tengen just seemed like such like a proud father, or like a, you know, a proud father figure. He, you know, seemed so happy to see Tanjiro. Tanjiro seemed so happy to see him. You know, when Tanjiro was defending everybody all the other Demon Slayers in that little simulation. He was so happy to see how Tanjiro was able to keep up with him. Seeing Tanjiro continue to level up, it's just really wholesome to see that. This episode in general was a very wholesome episode and made me really happy. Another really good moment too was we kind of see the conclusion to the last episode with Tanjiro and Giyu, right? Tanjiro trying to break Giyu out of his suffering and remind him of his purpose in trying to live up to Sabito's sacrifice. And we kind of get the scene of the eating competition that Tanjiro had thrown out there as a desperation tactic, and it looks like they ended up still doing that. But Giyu obviously has a moment of realization outside of that, and he's just eating with Tanjiro. He doesn't really need to do this eating competition, but he honors Tanjiro's request for this competition, and they're having this, and Tanjiro doesn't look like he's going to beat him, but Giyu has already accepted that he wants to come back, right? From what Tanjiro said to him last episode. And I like the representation of that in this episode where he's like, yeah, let's order another round and get one more for Tanjiro because he's going to beat me with that one. That's the moment he's admitting defeat or recognizing Tanjiro's efforts. He can be like, hey, you got me already, just eat this as symbolize what you've done here for me, and how Giyu's gonna come back into the mix. So I'm excited to see Giyu training. I'm ready to see some water breathing style again. We haven't seen Tanjiro use it in a bit, if I remember correctly, so it'll be cool to see the Master Hashira using it. I'm assuming we'll see that pretty soon. But yeah, it kind of a more low-key episode. Let's get into the rankings, the point systems for the characters. So MVP, most valuable player character, I gotta give it to Tengen, right? I talked a lot about this already in the review, but I just think the persistence is really great to see here, right? He has his doubts, he has his insecurities, his own pains, similar to some of the other Hashiras who are training them, like the frustrations of training weaker Demon Slayers who are kind of really far from where they need them to be, right? And then he has his own frustrations with leaving the Corps and being injured and all these things, but he's able to find a way to persist here. He's able to find a way with Tanjiro's support to inspire these Demon Slayers and to really do what he needs to do, right? And I think that's a really great thing because a lot of times, in life in general, you're gonna have situations where you don't feel like you can do enough. But like I said earlier, it's all just about doing the best that you can in the realm of your control and overcoming those insecurities still. And Tengen really did that in this episode. And kind of, feeding off that best moment, I'm gonna give that to the Demon Slayers that were under Tengen, right? After this little simulation, they acknowledge, they're like, hey, I'm never gonna be able to be a Hashira, right? That's what they say, but we're gonna become stronger so we can support you the best we can, right? They're inspired by Tengen and Tanjiro's skills and the way they fight and their tenacity and their determination. And even though they might not believe they can get to that level, they're like, we're gonna get better to support them. And I thought that was really great too. Once again, the realm of control of what you can, do your best to do. I think that was a really, really great moment. Funniest moment, there's a couple of good ones. I think Tanjiro is gonna have to get it once again. I think the funniest moment for me at least was when Tanjiro joins the training and he's doing the squats or running or whatever, and he's so freaking happy doing it. Everyone around him is miserable and Tanjiro is just being Tanjiro, laughing. He's so happy, just training as hard as he can. Tanjiro is always pretty funny. Little deadpan in those moments, but it definitely got me giggling. But yeah, I think that'll do for this reaction review. Really fun episode. Loving the training arc. Training is always a good thing in anime, man. I didn't say this earlier, but one of my favorite episodes of Demon Slayers is I think I talked about this a little bit last time, but is the training arc that Tanjiro goes in the third episode, and him meeting Sabito and cutting the boulder and everything. Just seeing somebody go through a lot of hardship and then overcoming it is always inspiring to see. I think that's a big thing in anime, and that inspires people who watch anime or even other shows, of course, too, is seeing humans go through a lot of hardship and conflict, but overcoming it, because it's something we can all relate to, right? Is experiencing a lot of resistance to try to meet our goals and aspirations. It's not an easy thing to do. A lot of times we wish we could be someone like Tanjiro who doesn't let the resistance overcome him, right? He's the one who overcomes it. And I'm hoping that we see a lot of that for the other Demon Slayers in this training arc. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching with me. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, drop a comment to discuss this episode with me. Would love to discuss it with y'all. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you next time. Peace.